Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Wednesday, February 12th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Alabama's Star ID, a local arrest, and Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is committed to reminding residents of the importance of obtaining their Star ID. Star ID, Alabama's equivalent of the Real ID, will be required starting May 7th of this year to fly domestically and enter certain federal facilities, including military installations. The Real ID Act was passed by Congress in 2005 following a 9/11 Commission recommendation establishing minimum security standards for state-issued driver's licenses and ID cards. The Act prohibits federal agencies like TSA from accepting licenses and ID cards for official purposes from states that do not meet these standards. Due to the federal requirements, Star ID cannot be issued through online services, so identifying your local driver's license examining office and making an appointment is recommended. You'll need to come prepared with the required documentation, which includes proof of identity, residency, and legal presence. A Cullman man has been arrested in connection with the body that was found at a Good Hope Park on Saturday, February 8th. The deceased was identified as Anthony Mark Sturgeon, 29, of Cullman. He was pronounced dead at the scene by Cullman County Coroner Jeremy Kilpatrick. Also on Saturday, deputies with the Cullman County Sheriff's Office arrested Gregory Wayne Aycock, 54. According to Cullman County Sheriff Matt Gentry, Aycock was charged with obstructing police, obstructing a criminal investigation, and morals decency crime, abuse of a corpse. Sheriff Gentry said that preliminary indications are that the cause of death was a drug overdose. It is believed that Aycock moved the body in question. Aycock is currently being held at the Cullman County Detention Center without bond. Cullman Mayor Woody Jacobs has proclaimed the month of February Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month in the city of Cullman. On hand to accept the official proclamation were Executive Director Jessica Atchley and Outreach Advocate Lacey Limley from Victim Services of Cullman. Mayor Jacobs praised Victim Services for helping the community's young people learn how to avoid unhealthy or abusive relationships. Studies show that 1 in 3 teens in the U.S. will experience physical, sexual, or emotional abuse in a dating relationship before they become adults. And nearly half of college women report experiencing violent or abusive dating behaviors. The month of February is set aside across the country as a time to raise awareness about the issue of teen dating violence. The focus is on advocacy and education to stop dating abuse before it starts. The theme for 2025 is Respect That, highlighting the importance of treating partners with dignity, listening to their viewpoints, respecting their boundaries, and valuing their autonomy. Teens who find themselves in unhealthy or abusive dating relationships can use the website loveisrespect.org to text, call, or chat with someone who can help. The site also has many resources regarding dating, healthy relationships, personal safety, and more. To find more about Victim Services of Cullman, visit www.victimservices.online. Coming up, the Meek Tigers advance to the Elite Eight. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at how one of our local teams is performing at this year's Northwest Regional Tournament. After handling Summiton Christian in the sub-regional on Saturday, the Meek Tigers were back in action at Wallace State's Tom Drake Coliseum on Tuesday to take on Athens Bible in the Sweet 16. With 11 lead changes and 4 ties, neither team was able to create much separation throughout the contest, but the Tigers pulled ahead to take a 2-point lead in the final minute of the fourth quarter and held up on the defensive end to secure a spot in the Elite Eight. 3-pointers from Evan McKay and Connor Lane gave the Tigers a 6-3 lead early in the first quarter. Lane and Parker Ferguson each split a pair of free throws later in the period to keep Meek in front 8-5 and in the final seconds of the first. Brady Baxter knocked down a 3 to make it an 11-5 game going into the second. Lane hit a free throw to keep the Tigers ahead 12-9 early in the second quarter. Briley Bowling drained a 3 to make it 15-12 later in the period, and he knocked down a long jumper to extend the lead to 17-12 with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. A Ryan Ewing basket kept Meek in front 19-17 with less than a minute to play in the second, but Athens Bible was able to tie the game at 19 by halftime. Ferguson buried a 3 to give the Tigers a 22-21 lead early in the third quarter, and after the Trojans answered with a 5-0 run to take their first lead in the game, Ferguson laid one in to trim the lead to 26-24 midway through the period. Athens Bible was able to build a 29-25 lead with 2 minutes remaining in the third, but another basket from Ferguson and a 3 from McKay just before the buzzer cut the lead to 33-30 at the start of the fourth quarter. Ferguson hit a jumper early in the fourth to make it a 1-point game, and Lane followed with a basket of his own to give Meek a 34-33 lead. A pair of McKay baskets maintained a 38-37 lead for the Tigers, and with just under 2 minutes to play, Ferguson laid one in to keep Meek in front 40-39. McKay added a free throw in the final minute of regulation to give the Tigers a 2-point lead, and Athens Bible was unable to answer on the other end, allowing Meek to hold on to a 41-39 win and advance to the Northwest Regional Finals. Ferguson led the Tigers with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and a game-high 6 blocks. McKay posted 11 points, 5 of which came in the fourth quarter, and Lane added 7 points in the win. Meek will be back on the court Monday to face Hubbartville in the Elite Eight. That wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a chamber lunch and learn and a senior spotlight. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting a lunch and learn workshop titled Keeping Your Body Healthy at Work. Sponsored by Wallace State Community College, this free event will provide practical tips on maintaining good posture, incorporating healthy habits into daily routines, and managing stress to stay energized and focused throughout the workday. The session will be led by Roger Gurley, founder of Tradition Physical Therapy. It'll be held on Tuesday, February 25th from 11:30 to 12:30 in the Walmart room at the Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce. Attendees are encouraged to bring their own lunch to enjoy during the hour-long session, and although the event is free, registration is required. To register, visit www.business.cullmanchamber.org/events. First United Methodist Church's food ministry provides weekend food bags for 50 students, including children at West Elementary, East Elementary, CMS, and CHS. Each bag includes 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, a snack, and 2 fruits, providing essential nourishment when school meals aren't available. These bags go home every Thursday or Friday, ensuring students have the food they need for the weekend. If you're interested in supporting this effort, for just $25, you can sponsor a student for an entire month. Call the church office at 256-734-6690 or go online to give at cullmanfumc.com. Simply select Contribute and specify knapsacks under Other. In St. Bernard Prep's Senior Spotlight, we meet Rowan Hines. Currently ranked in the top 3 of her class, Hines has spent the last 4 years at St. Bernard excelling academically and athletically, embodying the school's motto of balancing faith, learning, and service. She balances a demanding course load, including advanced placement classes in biology, literature, government, and calculus, while also completing college-level English coursework. Athletically, Hines shines as the only senior starter on the St. Bernard girls basketball team. Hines' leadership helped her team secure hosting the area tournament for the first time since the late 90s or early 2000s, a milestone she celebrates. Beyond academics and sports, Hines dedicates time to serving her community as a volunteer at Hope Horses. The oldest of 7 children, Hines draws inspiration from personal loss. The tragic passing of her younger sibling due to a rare heart condition has driven her to aspire to a career in pediatric cardiothoracic surgery. While she's still finalizing her plans, Hines is 90% certain she will attend the University of Alabama at Birmingham to pursue her medical dreams. The Vinemont Community Center will be the place to be for seniors on Monday, February 17th. That's when the town of Vinemont will host its free monthly senior citizen lunch. The monthly senior citizen lunches have been happening since January 2022, allowing seniors to get together to socialize, play bingo, and eat lunch. The February luncheon will take place Monday, February 17th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Vinemont Community Center located at 88 Ridgeway Street. All seniors are welcome. For more information, contact Vinemont Town Hall at 256-737-5411. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Step into Cullman, where local heroes and community spirit shine. Introducing Community Matters Magazine from the Cullman Tribune, your guide to inspiring tales and community spirit. Celebrate our local champions and dive into the festivities at Christ Kindle Market. Feel the season's cheer and discover stories that inspire. Community Matters Magazine. Connect with your community. Find your free issue at these locations or download a copy online.
Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Avery Darrell Calvert, 84, of the Jones Chapel community, passed away on Monday, February 10th. Funeral services will be at 2 p.m. on Friday, February 14th at Jones Chapel First Baptist Church, with burial in Jones Chapel Cemetery. The family will receive friends at the church on Friday from noon to 2 p.m. Chad Wayne Smith, 51, of Hartselle, passed away on Monday, February 10th. Memorial service will be at 1 p.m. on Sunday, February 16th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a moment to look ahead at your weather forecast. Today and tonight, we'll see more rain with a possibility of some thunderstorms, a high near 62 and low around 42. Thursday, we'll see the sun again with a high near 51 and clear skies Thursday night with a chilly low around 27. That wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Cullman.